It is our 7th day closer to beating Minecraft. Last week we had a little bit of a holiday break, and that was super fun and a really nice um, breaking things up. Um, and I'm really excited for today because I'm doing something a little different. I have many projects that I need to do, and it's hard for me to decide what I should do when I'm filming. And so I've come up with a little bit of a solution. Over here, you may have seen this in my uh, videos, but I keep this little book and quill above the bed because as I'm playing Minecraft, I'm taking notes and saying, oh, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do this, this is how I'm gonna do this, here's my plans, like this is gonna go here, and all that kind of stuff. And I have so many notes in person that I even need to take notes in Minecraft. And it's a little funny because I do both in Minecraft notes and paper notes. Um, so here I have a dice rolling, kind of like a game. I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll a die, and whichever one it lands on, that's what I'm going to focus on today. We may get a little distracted. We may do other things. So I'm going to roll a die, and whatever it lands on is what I'm going to focus on today. As you can see, there are more options than just a six-sided die, but I only have the six-sided one as of right now. So there is an option to re-roll, and the re-rolling is a whole different list. So here we go. Our first roll is a 2. So we're gonna do the path to our Christmas cabin, which is really exciting because I was going to do it off camera. So it's fun to be able to do it in camera this time. I should probably sleep. You can see I have been really busy with all my. I've been trying to get good pickaxes and enchant a bunch of different tools. And all of these things are things that I found in my. On the way to the Christmas cabin when I was trying to find a spot for it. I put a lodestone down at the cabin. So when I'm building the bridges and the paths, I can easily just do a straight shot if I need to, and I can know where I'm going without having to use coordinates because that can get confusing, and it's just so much easier to not have to think about it. The main reason I am building the paths are so that I can just ride my horse or my donkey or my mule or whatever I need and get straight there so I don't have to deal with the water and things like that. I bred this mule from this donkey and this horse, a decent horse and a pretty slow donkey, and this is a decent mule. I didn't think he was gonna be like all. I totally forgot he had a bunch of eggs. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go. I totally forgot about the eggs. My my chicken egg farm was overflowing a little, so I had to move the eggs onto the mule. Um, gosh. Anyways, we're going to follow this road all the way down here. And I've already decided I want the first bridge to be right over here. So I'm going to put my mule down. Oops. Going to put my mule down and start building, I suppose. I like these little bottom supports, but I don't know what to do on top. I tried to look at a reference picture because I thought I saved something like this on my Pinterest, but I can't find anything like that. I tried doing like a swoop down, it looked weird. I don't really know. Because would it be too weird to have a wooden bridge swing like under? Not completely under, but like slightly under? I think I'll try. So currently, this is what we have. And honestly, I like it. It's not exactly what I was thinking. I'm probably going to add some slabs on the bottom, um, some deep slate slabs, and I need to add some texturing, and I need way, way, way more lanterns. But I think that's where we should leave that bridge for now, just because I've spent genuinely so much time on it. I feel like my eyeballs are gonna melt. And this is one of probably at least 5. I even cleared this out a little bit because I was so tired. So I came back. Hello? Oh. Um, so I was coming and getting some supplies for the next bridge, and I realized how annoying it is to have to come all the way back here and then swim across the lake or I guess it's a river, the river constantly. And I saw this little area over here where the bullseye or the targets were, and I figured this is a perfect place for a bridge. So I just did a tiny little practice bridge, kind of as like a warm up for the next bridge, because I'm thinking maybe this shape could be nice. Looks a little strange, but I like it actually. And now I can bring my mule or my donkey or whatever over here with really not much of a problem. But this guy, sadly, has got to go. I did this beginning of a path. I'm not really sure where I'm going with it, but I am moving on because digging through these mountains is a real struggle. And I think I only want to do bridges and maybe paths today. Sweet. I guess I can't really put it off much longer, and now I have to build the bridge. So I got a little bit carried away while listening to all of my videos of like people doing playthroughs and things. So I built, well, I made all the paths. So there's a clear path from our house to the Christmas cabin. Like, bingo bango, it's done. I don't know why this hasn't despawned yet. Oh, yes I do. Hold on, detour. Anyways, I got a little carried away, and I did the entire path from, there's now a clear path from our house to the Christmas cabin. Just bingo bango, that part's done. There's just a couple bridges that need some finishing touches or need to be more solidified, and this one, I don't like this one. I don't like this bridge. I like the little swoop at the bottom, but I felt it needed some kind of railing, so I put this on half of them. Which, by the way, the reason why I'm using birch, not only because we're in a birch forest on both sides, but because when I was making the path this way, I made a bunch of slabs, and I made like 8 stacks of birch slabs when I only used, I don't know, half a stack of them for the paths. So it's like, well, I have to use these for either a build or this bridge. And now it's looking like I'm gonna need it for both. Because I already have over 2 stacks of slabs and I have a bunch of birch planks. But that's not as big of a deal, the planks. It's more the slabs. I can't do very much with slabs except for build. And I built this whole entire side, and I've been looking at it from down in there in the water, and I decided I don't like this. And I came up with another idea, but it's gonna cost a lot of iron. So we either need to build an iron farm or go mining, I guess. Do a bunch of mining. Like, I will probably need, well, maybe not that much. Maybe like a couple stacks, 2 stacks. Which isn't that bad, but with mining, it's kind of bad. So yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of this until I'm able to finish it the way that I want to finish it. I'm gonna leave the slabs there because that's going to still be part of it. And I seriously need to trade more with my villagers and get mending on all of my tools because my shovel and my axe are very, very low. And I don't really want to, they're not like the best, whatever. Like, they're not the best they can be, but I like them. Like, I'm used to them and I've been using them. So I'd like to keep them. I want to put mending on them. And just look how many logs these are. And I didn't go around and chop all these trees. These are all from, including the slabs and the planks, those are all from making the paths. I had to cut down a bunch of trees, and I had stacks and stacks and stacks of dirt, which I built like half a mountain of on all the paths. So everything that's like coming out of the project with all the materials and stuff is kind of going back in a way, which is kind of good. I kind of like that. I want to put something here, either a trapdoor or, I don't know, some kind of light, or even just leave it. Obviously, not all the parts of the path are decorated, and they're not whatever. There is a clear path of where we are intended to go for the cabin. Most of the bridge actual building is done. We more need decorations along the path, the finishing touches on the bridges, lighting everything up. We have all of that stuff. And horse proofing it, because I know, especially this part, I don't think any other parts have this issue, but this part is as you can see, not very safe. And this bridge. This isn't even a bridge, it's just bamboo at this point. But I have a plan for that and this part to do something pretty cool. But I am bridged out. This one also needs the finishing stuff. I think I'm gonna, just to take a break from the bridges, I've had this idea for a while that I really wanna, like, do. I really want to build a little copper golem house because I've never played around with the copper golems and I think it would be really cute. And I'm pretty sure they, like, I forgot I built this bridge. I really like this. I actually really like that. And they're supposed to, like, sort things, right? So I could try to, like, use that. Obviously, it's not going to be super, I don't know. It's not going to be super, like, great or whatever. But maybe it's helpful. I need to do a little bit more research, but I want to build his little house over here. Just because he's a little guy, but he still needs a cozy place. So we have to start by just clearing this for now. I want to make an iron farm because I really don't want to keep mining for it. But aren't they kind of difficult to make? Like, because you have to deal with, like, a zombie and villagers, I'm pretty sure. And then, and villagers alone are so annoying. But having a decent source of iron would be really nice. I'm conflicted. Let's pay our respects to Tib. There you go, Tib. I don't know what your favorite snack was, but I'm gonna assume they're cocoa beans. If you don't know, Tib was my fish. He lived in that pond, and he tried to kill himself constantly. And then I guess he did because he was gone one day. Or he, like, went back to the sea because I did kidnap him. I put him in a bucket for an advancement, and then I just had a bucket of fish, so I built him a pond. What do I build a copper golem house out of? I feel like copper is too weird. I don't know. I feel like copper is kind of stupid to build a copper golem's house out of copper. Like, that's just lame. He doesn't want that. Maybe, like, copper accents, but he doesn't freaking want that. That's like being like, oh, you're a human, so I'm gonna build you a house out of flesh, you know? It's just weird. I want to say something out of stone, but that's just because I have so much cobblestone. So that's a little selfish, and I shouldn't. He's gonna be our friend. I shouldn't be doing things. I shouldn't be building his house selfishly. Thank you. I agree. Do I have any dirt? Yes. It's probably gonna be a box with a pointed roof. Let's be so honest here. That's, like, the only thing I can build. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna set a timer for, like, 30 minutes and see what I can bang out. Because I don't want to spend too much time. Because it's just gonna frustrate me. So, here's what I have. I had to move it back 2 blocks because it was right here and it was just so close. You couldn't even see it really. But it's just this simple little design, much smaller on the inside because of these pillars. I'm not really sure how to decorate it, so that'll just be future me's problem. And you can come up here, but there's nothing up here. Back here I want to put some flowers and make a little garden for the guy. Maybe we could do a, hopefully he doesn't drown, but we could do a pond or something over here along with the flowers. And we'll just add to this. But before I finish for the day, I want to spawn in our little guy and try to figure out what to do with him. I'm pretty sure this is how you do it. Yes. Oh my gosh, you're so cute. I'm gonna take your chest. I learned that they can open doors when watching Grian's Hermitcraft. Oh my gosh. This is the only place I could think of to put a copper chest. Oh, he's so cute. What am I gonna name him? Oh. What? No. The stone goes... Oh, well, it was here. Stone goes here. Nope. Don't put it in there. Obviously, I don't know how it works. But I'll figure it out. Everything's going in there. We're gonna put it in here. I wish there was a way to permanently label a chest as something, because that would work pretty well for farms. If it's like, oh, it's a like bone meal thing where there's a chest and a composter and another chest, and it says this chest always has seeds in it. So if it doesn't have seeds, he will get seeds from wherever the chest is and put it up there, even if there are no seeds in it. Did you do it all, buddy? Oh, I wish they like celebrated, like he put his arms up momentarily. Or something when he found the correct spot. Once I build the bridge that goes that way, I'm gonna update this map and we'll see how much it changed. It shouldn't have changed that much. I did a little bit over here. There's a little bit over there. I should probably cover that up, and that is totally gone. And there's a couple wheat fields over here, and it's a little more clear. But I think that's really it. I do have glowing sacks. I only have one left now, though, which is sad. But I'm gonna use this one for his sign, because his eyes are glowing and it's really cute, and his sign needs to match it. Oh my gosh, I love him. Here is the bridge so far, and honestly, I don't love this bridge, but I'm not going to tear it down. I'm not gonna go back. As you can see, if you stand more in the middle, it's pretty uneven. Obviously, the other side is uneven. But somehow when I was building this, I did it incorrectly. It's not even. The sides aren't exactly the same. But when I'm building a bridge, I will type in chat. I'll go 1, 3, 2, like 5. So I'll go 1, 3, 2, 5, and then I'll go on the other side and build 1, 2, 3, 5, and then I'll keep going until they meet up, and just make the whole thing meet up. But somehow something got missed, or one of them's a little too long, and I don't have the brain power to fix this. For some reason, this project has taken a lot out of me. But it's fine because most people aren't going to see it from the middle of the river. You're going to see it from an angle, and it looks pretty symmetrical from an angle. So I'm just going to try to keep doing this and finish it, and I have to do all of these pillar things on the other side, and it's already looking a little weird, and I've basically run out of wood, and everything's going great. Hopefully I'll be able to decorate this a little bit, and it'll look a little bit nicer. And getting attacked by drowns also while building a bridge, not fun. It is not a good experience. Now that I'm like going through the world, I'm realizing how random everything is. I mean, there's jungle, and then there's blue tents, and then a pinkish storage system, and a weird house, and then a bamboo bridge, and then a pink bridge, and then a stables, which, by the way, I made an iron golem. I mean, not an iron golem, a snow golem, and that's why there's all this snow over here, and I drug the snow, put him in here, and I guess a creeper blew up because I came by. There was this hole, and that was all blown up. And I was like, what? I kept him in the horse pen to keep him safe. One of the horses could have died. The horse could have died. One of the mules could have died. That we still haven't named, by the way. If you have any ideas, let me know, please. I'm so bad with names. And it'll give me an excuse to fish up some name tags, which I desperately need to do. Another thing that I need to figure out is I want to put something here. I was thinking a well. However, I want to put something here. And I was also thinking a well. Here is our bridge so far. The pillars seem a little, I'm not sure. They look a little weird, and they need more detail or some more dimension. It looks a little flat on there, but I'm not really sure what to do for now, so we will just leave it. And I want to put something in here, either some water or some, I don't know, maybe some plants in these little, I guess, boxes. I'm not sure what exactly to put in there, but I want to put just a little something. But I think that is our bridge complete. There's nothing even over here that it goes to, but hopefully it'll give me a push that I need to expand more this way and finish our path and figure out what I'm going to put here. Because I started even working on this path this way, and it's giving me ideas about our main path that goes up here to the farm. The problem is I want to build the farmhouse before I build the paths, because that kind of helps me figure out the vibe, because I don't want to just do path blocks. I want to do something a little bit more, maybe some mud bricks or packed mud or something along those lines, and then I can bring it through the farmhouse and over to this bridge, which goes to our Christmas cabin. Woo! That is a lot to say, which means it is a lot to do. I'm very excited, though. It'll keep me pretty busy. And one thing that I've worked on in between episodes is this flower garden. That is just, I'm growing some vines on there, so that's not going to be there forever. But, and we're also going to move the sheep farm eventually, just not right now. But this is what we're working with so far. It's a little crossroads for our main path. You can go this way to the farm. You can go forward to what will be more crops. And it's just a prettier way to get around. So I added to the bottom, I added little planter thingies. They're just trap doors around a firefly bush, and there's like a dirt block on the bottom because I don't think they can be on something other than a dirt block. And, well, I love it because it gives the faintest little bit of the fireflies. And if I can get one on each pillar, you could definitely see it more. And this is something that, like, you don't even notice when you're on the bridge. But, like, when you look out, you can see little bits of it. And it's just such a cool life aspect to be actually on the bridge and have it be around the water. It'll also help when I get the spore blossoms on. I'll have some spore blossoms down there. I just think it's really cool, personally. But it's not something that you really see or notice. But I'm very glad that I took the time to figure out how to do that. And really, you can't see it all that much. It's not like a huge deal to have those down there. I think it's cute. So I was just building some outlines for things and I just got murdered by there were 3 skeletons just chilling over here. And I don't have a very good food source, so I haven't been eating, and so I was very low on hearts. And that might be a little bit of a sign to be more on top of food, of getting food and eating it. But this is a good opportunity to show you what I've been working on. If I can just get my stuff in order. I'm just working on outlines of builds. And there's a couple of them that I'm probably just going to do off camera and show the finished result because it's going to take a lot of, oh gosh, what's the word? Trial and error. Did I get all my stuff? I genuinely don't know. I died on the bridge. So when I exploded, it exploded into the water and on the ground and everywhere. I think I got everything. Okay. Oops. So, one thing I'm definitely going to do off camera is I have ideas for lamps. And I want to test it in Creative World just so I make sure I don't spend a ton of time and resources on it. Because I want to use stripped logs as part of it. And that would be very unfortunate if I stripped a bunch of logs and whittle down my axe and then it wasn't even what I wanted to do. So yeah, that'll also take a bit of trial and error. If this is how I plan things out in my brain, so you'll probably see these in the next couple videos and then hopefully I'll get it done. This is just a general thing. I want to build one of those like house tower things that's on the side of a river and it has a water wheel. So because really all I want is a water wheel. And so I'm building a house along with it. So that'll be right there. I don't know what to call it other than a water wheel house. I'm really nervous that these won't drop saplings because I need saplings. I think my axe has fortune on it, but I don't want to risk it. I'll break a couple. Uh-oh. Okay. That sticks. Okay, we have 4. That's okay. Whew, phew. Okay, anyways. Over here, I had an iron axe and then it broke, so I haven't broken these yet, but I could now that I have my regular axe back. I want to make a little boat. Not gonna be huge, just like a tiny little boat. And I can't decide if I want to put a sail on it yet or if it's gonna be like a rowboat. So yeah, that's something that I'm working on. And maybe I'll do another one over there. Just because I feel like one might be a little weird. I could put one here and then put one over there by the house. I think that would be kind of cute. Let's see if there's any more saplings. Yes, there's one. Okay, cool. And then the last thing I'm working on is over here. Well, it's not going to be the last, but as of right now, the last thing I'm working on over here is I want to make a little magical house, a very small magical house that will have all of our potion things, and it'll also display a bunch of our weird plants and blocks, like from the nether and from eventually from the end. And I'm hoping it just looks really cool, just have a bunch of things that are basically glowing, and we can have all of our brewing stuff over there. Maybe we can bring a cleric over there. Is it cleric or clerk? It's cleric, right? I don't know why I'm getting tripped over that. Tripped up over that. Is it cleric or clerk? I think it's cleric. I'm gonna say cleric. But yeah, we can put our clerics over there. We can put our fishermen on the boat. This is my last pumpkin pie. Clerics over there, fishermen on the boat, and then that'll free up more space over there. And even if we build another ship, we can put our cartographer over there. So then, really, the only villagers that are left over there are the librarians, which will stay because of the enchanting setup. Our Fletcher, well, that's really our main ones, our Fletcher and our librarians. Maybe a toolsmith and a shepherd. But honestly, the shepherd, I think I would move over to the farmhouse. Yeah, honestly, that sounds good. Since it's actually, at the time that I'm recording this, it is New Year's. It's New Year's Eve, and I want to do a little something. I've had these fireworks ready, and once it becomes nighttime, I want to set them off. And I think that would be so fun, because we did something for Christmas. Why can't we do something for New Year's? Looks like we are half the day around. So I'm going to gather some materials for the builds and continue our paths, and then we can set off our fireworks. Oh, where should I set them off? Should I set them off in the village? I could set them off in the village. I could set them off in the garden. I think the village might be best, so then everyone can be involved, even though they are NPCs in a video game. Anyways, so excited to set the fireworks off. I'll just give a little preliminary countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Oh, those are pretty. That was a little. And they're all asleep. Well, yay! Okay, thank you for joining me on today's episode. It has been very eventful, and we've had a lot of progress, and now I have even more projects that I need to take care of. I'm happy to be busy. I love being busy. Videos, just full transparency, videos might be a little bit slower now, because I'm going to college, and you'll be able to get updates on my Instagram. I posted nearly every day in like December, and it's dropped off a little bit, and it's more updates for this channel and I do trends, and I do little reels just to express my interest other than Minecraft and video games, but it is largely about video games. So if you wouldn't mind checking that out, give me a follow. That helps me, and it keeps you in the loop. So keep an eye out over there. And that is the end of our episode today.